What channel are you on?
Well, he's actually with me, but give it 13.
Who's 13?
No, everybody. Go 2.
What's up?
Yeah, what's your house? Like this. You got like this. Look.
You want to see what?
Sorry. Right now I don't know, but the guys that went to the hospital just right the sheet. So they would let us know in a second. What's it called? The mayor, the upside. You get this one set up as the mayor when the mayor does it. Right. So I'm preparing for that. Yeah. Most likely with the mayor here, it's gonna be cool. Make sense?
¿Te escuchan a ti?
Sí, no, que el canal 2 estaba bien.
Ahora, ¿te escuchan bien?
What? Maybe 1 second, we'll go live in a bit.
Now I have plenty of room to video. What color is that?
1 second, Mayor.
This one? Is it?
We're live.
Unfortunately, tonight there was an incident here on Market Square involving HPD officers on patrol. They encountered a suspect who had entered the store. Officers doing their job engaged with this suspect. The suspect became combative. It led to the suspect stabbing Officer Martinez Garza behind his left ear. Severe bleeding. His partner had to shoot the suspect. It was a fatal shooting. And I want to thank the officers for doing their job on behalf of Houstonians being here while Houstonians are enjoying their families, their work. The officers are putting their lives on the line. Joaquin Garza has been on the force for 2.5 years. His father and family are on their way to see him at Memorial Hermann in the Med Center. He's going to be okay. Obviously, all the officers involved in the encounter are shaken up, certainly the officer that took the life of the suspects. They do not plan on using their firearms when they leave the house each day, but they know their lives are at risk when they're out on the street. I want to thank them for their duties. Last night, I was at Memorial Hermann, Jake Parker's shooting. 2 nights in a row. It's disturbing that we've had 2 officers with life-threatening injuries. I want to thank the staff at Memorial Hermann. I want to thank Chief DIAZ and his command staff. We get through crises like this looking out for each other, looking out for the public. We have an outstanding police department. The morale is at an all-time high. The cadet classes are full, and certainly each and every day HPD works to make Houston a safer city. I'm very proud of our police department. Sometimes they have to deal with misinformation thrown their way, but these are young officers. They have families, they have parents, spouses, partners, and children. So let's thank them for the job they do. Keep Officer Garza in your prayer, Jake Parker in your prayers, and all the officers that are out on the street. You know, they hear about one of their colleagues getting injured, but they continue to do their job. I'm here to thank them for that. Thank you, Houstonians, for standing behind HPD. Thank you all for being here. Chief DIAZ.
Thank you, everybody. Like the mayor said, today about 7:25 in the afternoon, officers doing a routine business check at the CVS right behind me. Entered the business, checked with the staff. Nothing was going on. A few moments later, a young man walked into the place in some sort of crisis, talking loud, yelling. The officers engaged, asked him to move outside, and they began a conversation trying to deconflict what was going on with him, try to work out how they could help him. He again became a little bit more belligerent and started talking about just a little bit incoherent. They walked with him towards the street when they decided to go hands-on with him because the talking wasn't getting him the help that he needed. During a struggle, the suspect produced a knife from a waistband, stabbing Officer Joaquin Garza above his left ear, kind of right around the neck. Like the mayor said, I want to thank the fantastic caregivers at Memorial Hermann Hospital for fixing him up. He's gone through a treatment. He's good. His family's on the way up here, and then the staff, the Houston Fire Department, for responding so quickly and taking care of it. I mean, this is a terrible tragedy, obviously. Like the mayor said, we don't come to work to use our weapons, but unfortunately tonight we had to, and the staff is working through this process. The crime scene is being worked, and we're going to go through it deliberately and make sure that everything is collected and gathered. So if you have a video or anything that you're out here hearing my voice, please contact the Houston Police Department so we can share it, because we get the information in pieces. It doesn't happen all at once. It's not a perfect process, so all this is preliminary for us. So we'll canvass our homicide, the best of the business, we'll walk through it. The district attorney's office is here as well to make sure that it's a joint investigation to parallel it. And once we gather all the information, we'll release the body cam footage like we always do. So I want to thank the media for coming out here and visiting with us and asking the questions. So I'll answer a few questions, and then I'm going to give to Chief Bashir.
Were they going to apprehend when you said go hands-on because he wasn't calming down? Were they arresting him at that point?
Yes, they were arresting because he was. The verbiage, I haven't seen all the video, but it was harmful. We wanted to make sure that he didn't harm himself.
You hear how old this suspect was?
He's a Hispanic male, about 27 years old, with a lengthy criminal history.
Does he believe he homeless or?
You know, we don't know. I mean, he's got carrying some bags with him, so I don't know if he is a person without housing at the moment, but that'll be part of the investigation.
Do you know if it was caused by drugs or if it was just a mental health crisis?
We don't know. Could be a combination of both.
Chief, we're hearing that the officer was putting on gloves to make contact with him at the time that he was stabbed. Is that accurate?
At the moment, we don't know, but that's what I'm hearing, but I haven't been able to verify that. Yes, sir.
Can you share some details about the officer who fired his weapon?
Well, once the weapon was produced, put it down, I guess would be the normal, and then he disengaged from the suspect with a knife, and he fired at the suspect.
Can you share what his experience is?
It's traumatic for him as well, right? You wake up, you put your uniform on, you come out here to do the Lord's work, and you don't expect to do this. We're trying to help people, trying to make sure that people get what they need. Our team down here does an incredible job, and it's traumatic. He'll spend a few days in an administrative capacity until this gets worked out. So it's not just traumatic for himself, but for his family, for his loved ones, those kinds of things, and for the community. The community, we're here to make sure that we're solving problems, solution-driven, and these kinds of things happen, and we work through it.
Can you specifically share how many years of experience the officer that fired his weapon has?
I don't know that, but 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, and Joaquin Garza also had 2
A little over 2 years, 2.5 years. So we have a very young team. You guys know that. It's been said before, but we do the very best that we can for the community, always community-facing.
Any more questions?
Any more questions?
All right, we're good, Chief.
Okay. We're going to have Chief Bashir going to wrap it up. Any specific details? He's got a list of whatever as far as times and things like that.
What's the timeline, Chief?
So the timeline is about 7:25, shortly after 7:25 p.m. As the mayor and the chief mentioned, a patrol officer from downtown division. That's not something normally to do with check on businesses to make sure they're okay, and that's what led them to this CVS right behind me at 300 MILAM Street, is to do normal, just check them on businesses. So that's when they observed, had an encounter with the suspect, and they believed like he may have some kind of been in crisis or some kind of mental breakdown, and that's why they engaged with the individual.
When he walked in and approached the officer, he was the one who walked in and approached us, correct?
He was, yes. That's what we believe at this moment.
Sure. How long was the interaction? How long were these officers talking to this individual before?
So if you look at the building, right behind me, the entrance, they went all the way approximately 20 yards, 50 feet. They were communicating with him to calm down. They were trying to de-escalate the situation.
Okay, from the CVS door
all the way down, yes. The officers, that's what we're trying to do. And also the backup officer arrived and also assisted those two officers as well.
Any other questions? All right, Chief, we're good. Thanks, guys. Thank you.